Alrighty, I thought I would show you guys kind of what I do in the mornings, the day after I collect eggs. Now, once it starts getting hotter, I will go out and collect the eggs throughout the day. But on these cooler days, I wait until the evening chores and I collect all the eggs. Now, wintertime, I do go out and collect eggs all day long because they will freeze. So I have an ink pad. It looks like a normal regular ink pad, but it is food graded ink, which means it is safe in case you would digest it. So, and I have a stamper here that is dated. It has the year, the month, and then you change the date. So every day I stamp my eggs with the date that they was laid. That helps me to know what eggs are older and what eggs are newer. And I think also the people that buy the eggs like it. I do not wash my legs unless they're really, really dirty, and then I might. So I take an egg, move my bucket. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. And then my ink pad, and I go like this. And then I carefully kind of wrap it on, and then you've got that. And it does wash off. It will wash off. So, but yeah, that's what I do. So that egg carton is full. Because I had eggs from the other day in it. I don't mind now once it starts getting every now and then I'll get one that's kind of like that. It's just sawdust that kind of stuck, so I just kind of clean it off. So yeah, and then I put it in the egg carton. And also once it gets hotter out too, I will be putting them in the fridge in between when I'm filling them up as well. So, and I do both the dozen egg cartons and the dozen and a half. So there's a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see, sorry that the lighting is bad, there's not very much lighting. This one has a little bit of poop on it. Now I got one chicken, for some reason, she is enjoying laying her eggs in a stupid spot. And so it's getting poop all over. So that's this one. It's got poop all over it. So I have a bowl here that I put the duck eggs. This is one of the duck eggs. Here's a chicken egg. Now, nice and clean, isn't it? It's because she's been laying in the sawdust. This one is a duck egg too. These are two different ducks. This is from a Pekin. This is from an Indian runner. She likes to lay her eggs in a poopy spot too. So I do wash the duck eggs before I put them out to be sold, just because they're so nasty looking. And the Pekin eggs we keep because they are too big for my egg cartons. Even for the extra large egg cartons, they are way too big. So, most of the time, the eggs are nice and clean. Once in a while, I'll find a piece of sawdust on them, and that's easy to clean. I've changed sawdust into sawdust in the nesting box, and I've not had messy eggs since I've done that. The only time I really do is if they broke an egg in the nesting box. So, yeah. But or they decide to lay on the floor like this one. So I will keep this one for my use. And these guys will sit here till, sometimes I'll do stamp them that night that I do them. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So this carton will sit here till I get the eggs. And this will definitely be filled up. Not a problem with that. And then that'll give me 3 1.5 dozens. So I will switch back over to dozens. Like I go back and forth between filling up the dozen and the 1.5 dozens. There are times people will drop off a 1/2 dozen egg box, which I never saw those until, oh, I forget how long ago it was when they started dropping them off. So I'm like, oh, did not know that was a thing to just buy a 1/2 dozen. So I've been doing that as well. For people that don't want to buy a full dozen, I do that. I fill up the 1/2 dozen out and put it out there. So yeah, and then of course I take a black marker, a permanent marker, and I will write here on the edge the price. So this one here is your 18 eggs, which is 1.5 dozens, and I sell it for $3. My dozens I sell for $2, and my 1/2 dozen $1. I don't think I'm trying to keep track. I try to keep track of stuff. I really don't think I'm, with the feed that I buy during the winter time and off and on throughout the summer, I really don't think I'm making much or any, but I'm glad I can provide eggs for people that like these free range eggs. And I think they also like the fact that they can see the chickens when they drive by and like that. So I just ordered a sign for duck eggs. I have a sign that lets people know when the brown eggs are available and when they're sold out, which they're not always sold out. That's my oven. I put that in when I bring them in, so that way people are not stopping and thinking I've got eggs, and like that. So I have a signs coming for the duck eggs to let people know I have duck eggs. So, because depending on what all these little ones that I have are, if they're all females, then I'm gonna have 11. I have 11 ducks right now. So if they all, and I know 3 are females. So yeah. So yeah. Anywho, that is what little bit I do with the chicken eggs. So we'll see you later, guys.